Welcome. Almost every human being who has walked on the earth from time immemorial up to today, perhaps they have never sat down to ponder on why the human brain, which is not the largest nor the best quality of all, is an output exponentially vast when we compare to every living creature unknown to humanity. Why? Despite this brain output, which is far clear that it is huge, the majority of humanity, we are told, use perhaps less than 10% of its potential, and our geniuses, we are told, use maybe 15%. When we look at how this small organ achieved this greatness, we also realize that humanity has failed utterly to solve its problems. Why? What's happening? Why should it be like that? On the other hand, the human brain is not larger than 2 fists of an adult, is smaller than many other animals when it is compared in terms of size. Even its neuronal density, some birds, especially corvids and parrots, have even higher density than humans. What about the pineal gland? Before we go to the pineal gland, we invite you to subscribe to our channel, to share, and to like, and to leave a comment. After dissecting every physical metric, size, density, glands, development speed, we find no single anatomical magic that makes the human brain unique. This is important to look at because the cats have pineal gland, humanity have pineal glands, some lizards have pineal gland, fish has pineal gland, even dogs have pineal gland. And we are told that the pineal gland is the brain's antenna, and that it sends or receives signals through time and space to other dimensions, which puts us in a very unique and interesting position. What other secrets are inside your mind that, besides material prowess, unlocks your inner universes? Considering the average adult human brain, that is around 1.5 kilograms of tissue, roughly the size of 2 clenched fists. Yet this incredible biological marvel is the architect of empires, the composer of symphonies, the solver of cosmic equations, and the vessel of every subjective experience you can ever have had. It's not just a collection of neurons. It's the most complex known structure in the universe from our perspective. Creates planes. We fly better than birds. Quantum science. A lot of stuff that this organ has done. I'm talking of the achievement, not of every human being, but the achievement. So we need to look at the brain and find the ultimate key to its inner world. What makes it tick? Now, when you consider in the diagram that we are showing now, the features of the brain, humans versus other animals, you find that there is really very few variances, whether it's total cortical neurons, prefrontal cortex size, brain plasticity, white matter connectivity, languages, culture and symbolic learning. But we find one great difference, which is exponential. That is self-awareness and metacognition. And metacognition is thinking about your thinking. This paradox of the issue that we have realized now of metacognition and self-awareness are huge game changers when we want to understand the human brain and human mind. Because out of that we have now been able to define the abilities that will allow us to reflect on our own thoughts and emotions, to plan for the future, and to imagine scenarios that don't yet exist, abstract issues, understand that others may have minds of their own. This is the theory of the mind. This metacognition allows us to ask deep questions like, who am I? What is time? Or even, what makes humans special? And these cognitive layers of thought are rare and almost non-existent in the animal kingdom. We don't really know. We are not 100% sure that they are absent in the animal kingdom because we don't really know 100%. But we work with assumptions of achievement, that donkeys have not achieved anything unique materially. Some great apes, dolphins, elephants, and a few birds show glimmers of self-awareness, but they have not achieved anything in terms of output. Yes, they have not built cultures or technologies. This paradox of the uniqueness of our human brain and the mind emerges not from the hardware, this metacognition and self-awareness. It emerges from something else that we need to investigate. Secrets inside your mind will unlock your inner universes. This secret that is inside your mind is not abstract. It's not a concept that has vital energies and insights. It is not waiting to be accessed. It is inside your brain. Because we have seen astonishing biological miracles and technological miracles that a lot of our brothers and sisters and other ancestors have achieved during this journey of life. So what we need to look at is that when we consider, on the other hand, unlocking this deeper perception occurs despite human brain, its size smaller, and other primates or other animals with third eye across time. Yet we are aware today that there are systems, again, this is a paradox, on earth where human beings are being dumped down and pushed down and told that they evolved, that they are nothing else than an accident of nature or just an accident. And there are foods that are calcifying the pineal gland, like fluoride. It's depositing on the pineal gland and dampening something. Remember, we said it is known as the aerial that connects you to the other dimensions. So I want to look at these huge game changers that are unique to humans. Humans have specific genes and regulatory sequential hormones, like the ARA HGAP gap 11B, which boosts the neocortex expansion. And there is also the human accelerated regions, the HARS, which is the area of the genome that rapidly grow in development and affect brain development. Then there's FOXP2, which is linked to language and many other processes. Now, it is proved that this genome, AGBA 11B, emerged 7 million years ago through a partial duplication of its ancestral gene, AGBA 11A. And we are pushed to think a little bit deeper when we realize that this gene has 42 amino acid sequences, and that no monkeys or apes possess this gene. And then we are pushed to consider the creation of humanity by the gods. And this is where it becomes very solid and very tricky. When we look at the emergence of language, we look at a FOXP2 linked to language. Mutations in it impair speech. If anything happens to FOXP2, you cannot speak, no matter what. And then these genes that we are talking about are known to have also enhanced brain folding, cortical expansion, and cognitive specialization. Now, language came out of ancient Africa. There are studies that have been done continuously. And then another new study found that the dialects with the most phonemes or distinct units of sound are spoken in Africa, while those with fewest phonemes are spoken in South America and South Pacific. The research suggests that languages originated in Africa and spread out through migration, as shown here. Very, 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 very interesting here. But though profound, what we have said here, in our book, The Uncreated Truth, we find that there is something inside you. When you actively engage with your brain's capacity for this thing through metacognition, the secrets in your mind starts to give you benefits transformatively. You don't have to do anything. Just the knowledge, the uncreated truth knowledge will do something in you. So here are the benefits that it will do. It will impose in you, whether you like it or not, some unshakable clarity and intuition. Remember the pineal gland now and all the other genes that were spoken of. So once you unlock your universe by knowing the uncreated truth inside you, you will have mastery over emotions. You gain a deep understanding of your emotional landscape, allowing you to regulate responses and overcome limiting beliefs and cultivate profound inner peace. It unleashes creativity and innovation. It shows you purpose and alignment and gives you enhanced resilience. And you fear no death, you fear nothing. But you'll be connected to something that is uncreated, which is the truth. And there are brief exercises. We cannot go through them now. If you are interested in them, you know how to contact us. That will begin your journey. Whether you like it or not, you can experiment with this and you'll be shocked at the results. And you don't have to do a lot. All you need to do is to rediscover this mind secret, which is connected to your brain. No wonder why our ancestors used to destroy the brain as quickly as possible when you die. These are huge game changers. But on top of everything else, there is a bonus. There are 3 non-physical superpowers that will help you to unlock deeper perception with greater benefits than the capacity that you have to use your brain, even though you can use your brain 10%. Now, they say it's a myth that we use our brain 10% and we use our brain 100%. That's almost correct. But it is important for us to realize that the 10% myth likely got started in the 1890s. But we know that we use all portions of our brain, 100% of it. But there is something that needs to be done when you use that 100% to achieve milestones. So when you connect the uncreated truth to what we are saying today, you realize that the 3 levels, non-physical entities are the waters of Unyunyu, the recursive symbolic abstractions, symbols that you see all over the earth. Some enhances you and some dumps you down. Any symbol would have either positive or negative impact on you. And then it's collective fiction engineering. That's religion. You have to discover which ones. And then the conscious wave collapse intent. When you realize this, you know that we do not just react to the Nyunyu. We direct the Nyunyu. There's a lot of stuff here. So you want to know what's physically different. There's nothing physically different between you and your brain and other animals. A neuron is a neuron. Blood is blood. But when your brain fires, and you know that it should fire backwards, it loops upon itself and lights a fire. And that fire is the one that is irresponsible for putting you in this universe. Is the holy spark. Is the dynamite. Is the divine spark inside your soul. So, stop searching for unique brain paths or unique brain formulas. Ignite the loop. Every time you ask, why do I believe this? Could I think the opposite? What wave will I collapse next? You weaponize metacognition. Yes. But when you weaponize metacognition, you need to connect it to the secret of the universe. Because if you ignite your metacognition biologically, believing in evolution, your energy is trapped and someone is sucking your energy. In your brain is an astonishing switch that makes your universes light up. This is possible by conscious training with intent and purpose and some additional stuff. You realize that there are simple practices that you begin to do which will transcend ordinary perception, unlock your true potential, and illuminate your entire existence. The time to discover your inner universe is today. To embark on this explorative journey, enroll today into Bantu Melanin University, or send us an email on one of these emails. This is very, very interesting. Our colliding minds are now stardust in Nyunyu's womb, who resurrect as lightning when we know that the kingdom of heaven is within us. When you know yourself, you will find it. But I tell you, there are signs that very few people have discovered themselves. Well, until we meet again, walk in health, stand in sacred alertness, cradled by righteous ancestors, guided by gods of the soil and stars and your divine spark. Your manager to people by LM Bruce Midaganja says, subscribe, share, and let us walk this journey together.